Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we are talking about confirmation from the alleged YouTuber friends of Kevin Samuels that the cousin is in fact real, you guys. And what did I tell you? What did I tell you about giving your hard-earned money to liars, you guys? To people who were bullying other people into silence, to people who were trying to shut anybody up that talked about the late Kevin Samuels, to try to silence anybody who had suspicions surrounding the late Kevin Samuels' death a day after Kevin Samuels' cousin goes viral, you guys, where you cannot say it's not his cousin, you guys. Like, literally looks like the guy. Literally looks just alike. Same beard pattern, like everything. Looks just like the man. Now, all of a sudden, today, there is an admission that it is, in fact, Kevin Samuels' cousin. What did I tell you guys? I do not steer you guys wrong. You know, sometimes the truth, people do not want to hear it. But one thing we're not going to do is we're not going to steer you wrong. We're not going to lie to you. We're not going to bamboozle you. We're not going to lead you astray. We tell the truth on this channel. And immediately, like I said in a previous video, how hard people went that were claiming to be friends and best friends of the late Kevin Samuels saying, I never heard of this guy. I never heard his name before. This person doesn't exist. This person isn't real. Don't go to that content creator's channel. They're just looking for clout. They're just looking for attention. They're just looking for clicks. But now, 24 hours later, you guys. 24 hours later, you guys, in the middle of the night where most of you guys are sleeping, depending on where you guys are, right? There is an admission that the cousin is real. That the late Kevin Samuels' cousin that we have been seeing all over YouTube the past couple of weeks is in fact real, you guys. Is in fact real. So I ask you guys again, who are you getting your information from? I told you guys preemptively that what people do when they are scared of getting exposed, when the truth starts to be uncovered, and they want to, assert their power, assert their authority, and try to lay down the law, is they'll get on the defensive and they will aggressively attack somebody's character, you guys. So before you guys even had an opportunity to listen to Kevin Samuels' cousin and what he had to say on another content creator's platform, you guys, there was already a coordinated attack. Somebody saying, oh, since I know Kevin Samuels' best friend and he's never heard of this cousin, that means it's not real. And so some of you, without fact checking, without doing your research, you're like, wow, that sounds credible. The friend that didn't go to Kevin Samuels' funeral, the friend that happens to know Kevin Samuels' best friend, is now saying the cousin doesn't exist. The cousin isn't real. He's never heard of him. And the cousin's not real because his name is not on the funeral program, which is not a normal thing, by the way, to list cousins in a funeral program, you guys. It usually is the immediate family for the most part. And any special, people in particular. But this whole thing where you have to be listed in a funeral program to be considered legit was just whack. And the irony, the person who was actually listed in the funeral program didn't even bother to show up because they were allegedly scared of Kevin Samuels' family. So there's that. But it is just wild. It is just wild how everything comes full circle. Everything comes full circle. First, we expose the clout chasing that has amounted into over $30,000 over the past couple of weeks. Then we expose trying to get Kevin Samuels subscribers that has now, generated over 40,000 additional subscribers in over a couple of weeks for just simply saying you were a friend of Kevin Samuels and you had proof of giving him a gift. And your subscribers shoot up. But we expose that. that you were getting clout off the subscribers, so then you hide your subscriber count like we can't figure it out anyways. And little by little, things get exposed. First, you said that you were going to live stream the funeral on your channel. And then you said you were going to attend the funeral until the night before. A woman who was friends with Kevin Samuels since the 1980s, who knew his family, said that they were tired of Kevin Samuels' so-called YouTube friends using his name for clout, exploiting his name, and lying on him to the public to gain money and gain power and gain subscribers. And that person even verified with the family before even uploading their YouTube video to say, hey, we don't like what we're seeing on YouTube, that the people claiming to be the late Kevin Samuels' friends are doing more harm than good to his reputation. And that all of the hate and all of the bullying and all of the negativity that the so-called friends of Kevin Samuels are doing is not a good look. And so then you start to see certain people distance themselves so that they're not caught in the crossfire, you guys. So at least publicly, they're not caught in the crossfire and trying to make it look as though everything's all good. But everything is still pending. The autopsy is still pending. The toxicology results is still pending. And then you guys are lied to again. You guys are bartered with, potentially seeing the toxicology results. If you go and bully people. If you don't listen to the alleged cousin, you guys. If you do all this, I'm going to tell you what the toxicology results are. No. That's public information to be released, you guys. You don't have to have an exclusive, you guys. It is public information. The results are still pending, you guys. And if there is anything sus that comes out, it is just going to confirm all of the activity these past couple of weeks, you guys, of the scared and threatened behavior of people exposing them. So, back to my timeline, where the night before Kevin Samuels' friend exposes these alleged YouTuber friends, you guys, and expose what they are doing, that they are profiting off of the late Kevin Samuels. Now, all of a sudden, the person decides, oh, you know what? I'm not going to live stream because they just called out my clout chasing and how much money I made and how I made $5,000 on the fake funeral that I had posted that was pre-recorded for the most part. And, I don't want any more smoke from that person. So instead of live streaming from their channel to generate income, they went to other content creators' live streams and talked mess and said disparaging things. But why aren't you at your friend's funeral? And if you're not at your friend's funeral, why can't you watch in peace your friend's funeral from the live stream? Why are you getting into it with other content creators instead of honoring your friend and mourning the loss of your friend? And that's what I mean, you guys. The priorities are all screwed up here. And then, finally, the cousin goes viral, you guys. The cousin goes viral who looks just like Kevin Samuels, who has admitted that was basically like his brother growing up, that they were very close. And preemptively, before you had an opportunity to listen, you guys, even though several content creators were promoting the interview, were promoting for you to go for yourself and fact check, to hear what this man has to say and see for yourself whether or not he resembles the late Kevin Samuels. Before you even had an opportunity, there was already a coordinated attack that said, hey, this cousin isn't real. This cousin doesn't exist. I never heard his name before. His name was not in the program. I spoke to the best friend. He said he's never heard of them either. And, so there's that. So until somebody tells me otherwise, I'm not going to believe anything that this alleged cousin has to say. And some of you guys ate it up. Some of you guys ate it up and continued to throw your hard-earned money at this, you guys. To continue to throw your hard-earned money at the scam. And now in the 11th hour, you guys, where it is undeniable that you cannot deny the resemblance of the cousin. Oh, and the cousin conveniently said as well that he's about it, that he is about it if people want to try him. Now you backtrack and say, oh, that is Kevin Samuels' cousin, but he was not allowed on the internet or whatever, and his uncle said this. No. You've been telling people this whole entire time that the cousin wasn't real, that the cousin was fake, that people were just trying to get clicks and views on your channel and not to watch, and that because you and the best friend never heard of this person, they don't exist. But you not only confirm that the cousin is real now, you also confirm that the father whose name is in the program of the funeral is also real. So I ask you guys, what is it going to take for you guys to wake up? For you guys to wake up and smell the roses? That people claiming to be your friends, that are going this hard to prevent you from having an open mind, from having an open opportunity to fact check information for yourself like an intelligent adult, instead of just going off of whatever smokescreen and hate campaign other people put out there. How does it feel? How does it feel that every time we try to point you to the truth, every time we try to point you to the investigation, we keep coming up right? We keep coming up right time and time again. And now to deflect, they're once again, like they did initially, is throwing up other fake news and other fake, accusations and things to try to distract from the fact that they got exposed once again for another lie that was told. Because they didn't want anybody else to have access to Kevin Samuels supporters. They wanted to be the only person to collect the money, to collect the followers that they have hidden. They want to be the only person to use Kevin Samuels' picture in their posts. They want to be the only person mentioning the late Kevin Samuels in their videos. They want to be the only person to still use Kevin Samuels as their thumbnail, even if the video has nothing to do with it. See how that works? To drive the traffic to their channel, because they've already decided, hey, I'm the next Kevin Samuels. They've already made that decision. So if they have to play dirty, if they have to lie, cheat, and steal to get to the top, if they have to sell their souls to get to the top, they're going to do it. Because they liked how popular and saw how quickly Kevin Samuels ascended, and they want that too. But the problem is you're not Kevin Samuels. And you're not going to get that 1.5 million followers like he did. It's not going to happen. People are going to wake up and people are going to start unsubscribing once they see the con. Once they realize they have been giving their money to somebody who keeps lying to them and telling them to bully people so that way it doesn't look as though they're actually the real person that needs to be checked. So it doesn't look like they're actually the person who's doing wrong. So it doesn't look like they're the actual puppet master and needs to be investigated. See how that works? See how it all comes full circle? And that's why me and other content creators are here, you guys. We are here to expose the truth. And that's all that is. We are here to expose the truth. And like a famous reality TV star, Nene Leakes says, you can't win when you play dirty. You can't win when you play dirty, you guys. And like I told you, it was all a lie. It was all a lie. They lied because they wanted your money and they wanted you to follow them and they wanted you to block anyone discussing anything pertaining to Kevin Samuels, you guys. Ask yourself what friend, alleged friend of the late Kevin Samuels, wants you to not discuss potentially any foul play or anything suspicious that is not adding up about his death. Why does somebody want to go hard and change the narrative and allege that Kevin Samuels had a fiance when the alleged fiance was nowhere to be found at said funeral along with this alleged friend? You have to think, you guys. You have to think and use your brain cells, you guys. That's what it's for. It's for you to think. It is for you to form your own opinion. And it is for you to gather all of the facts and use them and utilize them to your advantage of what's really going on. And once again, we're proven right. Once again, another lie is uncovered. So I ask you, at this point, what are you going to do now the ship is sinking, you guys? What are you going to do now the ship is sinking? Because now the pivot has already happened to where they're now trying to push their own hate campaign, but still try to use Kevin Samuels' names for clicks and views and try to push a hate-filled agenda to where you guys are just going to be left broke and, lost and a waste of time. Broke, lost, and wasted time, you guys. All because somebody says that they know Kevin Samuels. So, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.